So this movie is set in LA, but apparently it was filmed in South Africa. Why? Welcome back, guys, to the TMR Podcast. This week it's a bit of a slow week for movies, so we're here reviewing The Kissing Booth 3, and it's directed by Vince Marcello. It stars Joey King, Jacob Elordi, and Joel Courtney, who were previous for the first two installments as well. This film revolves around Elle's summer before college, and basically she has to decide what she wants to do with Noah and Lee. Does she go to Harvard with her boyfriend, or does she go to Berkeley with her long time buddy? I guess. I mean, that's the plot. I'm reading it to you, and I'm sort of in disbelief myself. But yeah, I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm not the biggest Kissing Booth fan because I feel like there's are a lot of romantic comedies on Netflix, right? And albeit that they're disposable or unmemorable, they are a lot better than this one. It's much more tolerable. The characters are better, and just overall, usually Netflix has this average standard of romantic comedies that does better than The Kissing Booth. So I don't know why this one's so popular, or it got the sequels that it did, and it shows with this one because they really don't know where to go with it. The first one for me was disposable romantic comedy. Not their best either. The second one was even worse because they actually teased a somewhat healthy relationship between Elle and Marco, I believe, which was the third guy, I guess. And this third one was downright garbage. I did not like it. I hated it. It's bad, and it's not so bad it's good. It's just sort of bad. And it's just really annoyingly bad. It's not about anything, and a lot of the characters, no, not a lot, almost all of the characters are petulant children, even though some of them are like 30, 40, 18, so on and so forth. Okay, let's just get into the positives for this one. Okay, spoilers ahead. I'm just going to talk about the whole film. If you don't want to find out and you want to go watch the movie first, then please pause here and go watch the movie. But I highly advise you to not watch the movie. Anywho, I'm just going to get to the one positive that I found from this film, which is a spoiler. Basically, there's one sequence where Elle and Lee say goodbye, and it's actually kind of mature, and it's actually quite well done because they sort of do this layered thing where that they have Lee from various parts of his life and Elle from various parts of her life, them growing up together. Then I think it's the Beach Boys' God Only Knows playing in the background. I think that was somewhat decent, somewhat emotional, and that's the only well-crafted part of the movie that I somewhat appreciated. The goodbye part where Elle sort of says goodbye to Marco and the rest of her high school was also somewhat nostalgic and sentimental for me because there's one quote, I don't remember how it went. I think it's something like some people fade away and some become a part of your life, which, it doesn't really hit home coming from an international student in Bangkok. So yeah, aside from that, I didn't find any enjoyment with this one whatsoever. And here come the plethora of negatives that I'm about to hurl on you. So first off, the characters. I feel that the characters are all ridiculously obnoxious. Let's start with Lee. Lee, I didn't mind for the first one. I feel that his annoyance was somewhat warranted, albeit a bit over the top, but still, I can see where he's coming from to an extent. In the second part, he sort of pushed to the side with Rachel, and in this one, he's at his worst. Oh my God, he's so obnoxious. He gets offended by everything and everyone. He gets basically offended by people not paying attention to him, or people not choosing what's best for him, or so many other things that I just couldn't stand. And there's actually a recurring thing or a recurring theme in the film where Lee sort of runs away from a problem. Like you call him a name and then he'll just go like, and he'll just leave the set like that. There's a lot of that in this film. It's not just Lee, but Lee does it the most, which is really annoying. Another thing, Noah looked really bored in this film. I understand that because J.K. Elordi has made it somewhat clear that he wasn't enjoying the second and third installments while he was filming them because he went through a pretty bad breakup with Joey King at the time. He looked really bored and he wanted it to end really fast. So did I. And his ultimate reason for dumping Elle is kind of stupid. It's supposed to be this really, somewhat selfless act that he commits to, sort of justify why they aren't together anymore. But I really don't buy it. It's just sort of, bleh. Like, you build this for like 3 movies. I wasn't in support of it from the beginning, but if you want to commit to Noah and Elle but not follow through, it's just a bit weird for me. And Elle herself is the worst. I feel that she's absolutely the worst kind of person. She just sort of says yes to everything, and as a result, it makes her life kind of chaotic. And the thing is, if she took responsibility for that in the film, I would have sort of understood and sympathized with her character. But the worst thing is that she actually blames other people for her misdeeds. Like, she messes up a lot in the film. She forgets dinners. She forgets birthdays. She forgets bucket list items with Lee. She forgets many things. She just can't handle her life. But she never actually says that she was the one who sort of just accepted all of this onto herself. And in fact, she actually always plays the victim, which is what I found particularly annoying about this film. How can you be enjoying a film when you don't enjoy the main character? I mean, it's just horrible. Another technical aspect of it. Okay, let's get into the technical aspects because we've been talking quite a lot about the plot and the characters. Even the technical side of it isn't great. Okay, bar the sequence where they have the beach house and bar the sequence where Elle and Lee say goodbye, this film is awfully shot. All of the shots are in high contrast. Like, some of it is so bright that you'd probably get head migraines and headaches just for looking at it. And some of it is so yellow that you just don't want to look at the color yellow again. It's awfully shot. And also, there are a few scenes that they do actually use CGI because they filmed a part of this film in Cape Town, South Africa. I don't understand why they could not just go back to LA and shoot it there. I mean, isn't it better to have the actual location right in front of you? But nope, they actually CGI'd the Hollywood sign. It's actually hilarious. A lot of the cinematography is hilarious. No, it's all around a bad movie. It's just a really, really bad movie. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude it for you because I don't want to put you any further into this mess. So I'm gonna go with my conclusion here. Look, guys, this film was horrible for me. Worst of the 3. All of them are mediocre. All of them feel like a soap opera or like Thai soap opera. For those of you who don't know Thai soap operas or aren't familiar with Thai soap operas, it's basically a bunch of grown-ass men and women acting like children for like around 20 episodes, which is the equivalent of this film because it's a bunch of grown men and women acting like petulant children for 3 movies. So guys, let's hope this is the end of it. I don't want to see a part 4, honestly. It's for the best. Guys, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on YouTube, then please give a subscribe and then like the notification. Like the notification. Like the video and then press the notification bell for future reviews. And if you're listening on Spotify, then please give me a follow there too. Thank you guys so much. And let's not talk about this again.